Hi, this is Linda and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be putting together my Project Life spread for the week of February 3rd through February 9th, 2025, and I'm working with the Penelope collection from Cocoa Daisy. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so this is the week of February 3rd through 9th. So the first full week in the month of February, and not a lot is going on around here. We're getting ready to go on vacation. So I have just a few like small photos of just random pieces from around the house, things that are going on, food. I feel like I wanted one more photo, but I didn't have a good one to print. So maybe I'll try something like that. And for this week, I'm using the Penelope kit from Cocoa Daisy. So this is their February kit. I don't know why I always want it on this side. So I'm using supplies from their scrapbooking kit. And I also have their stationery kit and the washi trio and the cousin sticker kit. So I'm gonna go through the cards first. Let me pull those out. And I am so bad at keeping things like organized in here. So I have things like all over the place. So that's on me for not having this organized, but I do keep my kits in these trays while I'm working with them. And let's see, I have the cards like a little bit all over the place in here, but if I wanted to, I could organize it very nicely in here and put the cards all in a stack. Just going through and making sure I have all of them. Okay. So I'm gonna go through the cards first. Let's see here. So this kit was inspired by the TV show Bridgerton, which I like. It's a super cute show. Not really anything to do with my life, but I feel like there's still a lot from this kit that I could use to document my regular everyday life. Okay. I have already created a few projects using this kit, so these are just some of the products that I have left to do this spread. Let's see. I think that's a super cute quote. I feel like I want some filler cards in this week because not a ton was going on. This is a good one to include, just like a currently list. I think I'm going to do a highlight. So this is the beginning of February, but the second half of February, we're going to be traveling. So I think I'll use this to kind of tell the story of like what we're doing in these last few weeks before going on vacation. So they usually have one of these cards with the calendar in it, and I like to use that for my title card. They have the Sunday start and the Monday start on the different sides. I'm a Monday start person, so I like that they have that option. Okay, so that's what I have in my first pass. That doesn't mean I don't want to use some of these florals and things. I think I do to bring in more color, but I'm gonna go through and see what else I have. Oh, here, see? Okay, I think, oh, here's another card. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one for like a recap of just like an overview of what the first half of February looks like. And then my daughter and I both had hair appointments this week, so I kind of want to tell that story. I'm thinking I want to create a journaling card with this one. And this kit has a lot of pink in it, but I'm kind of gravitating away from the pink cards, and there's still a lot of other cards I can use to not have it be overly pink. This one I think might be good for a like bullet point list of things from this week. And then let me look at my Hobonichi cousin for some highlights like this one as a filler card. Or this one. I kind of wanted to make my own filler cards with some of the patterns. So let me look at the pattern papers. So this one really goes with the color scheme I'm using. Oh, and that one is gorgeous. And I guess I used the other pattern paper already. Oh, nope, it's right here. I really like this blue one though. So let me crop some of these down. It's funny, I picked a blue color scheme for a pink kit. And then I want just like this white cardstock to create a journal card because I need just more journaling space. And then kind of thinking maybe I shouldn't use this filler because it's very similar to this blue, and I kind of like the idea of using two of this one. Okay. So that gives me kind of a base. And then I have a few of these like filler cards. I'm not going to leave those as filler cards. I'm going to add some journaling on them, I think. So let's see what else I have. Something I did in one of my other kits, was I took some of these from the cousin sticker kit and put them on 3x4 cards to create my own filler cards. And I'm thinking I might want to do that here. Like I could do that with this one. To create a personalized kind of filler card there. Okay, let's see what else I have in here. I really like the stamp set. Might use that to create that journaling card. And we've got some word phrase strips, and then I can pair these with these word phrase strips to make some like stacked word phrase strip sections. There's the chipboard, of course, some alphas, rub-ons. Just got so many options. All of my washi tapes, and then the die cuts. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put you guys on fast forward so I can start kind of getting this one put together. I think I'm going to use some of these for some bullet points and just start having the spread come to life. Okay, so I'm going to start with my title card because that's always the easiest one for me. I know exactly what I want to do. I'm using my mild liner to highlight the week of this week, or the dates of this week, because I am a Monday start person and I run my Project Life spread weeks Monday through Sunday. It works really well on these calendar cards by using the Monday start calendar. I'm moving on to this photo of my new journal cover that I picked up to bring my Hobonichi cousin on vacation. I don't usually use a cover on my Hobonichi cousin, but I wanted to while traveling, and this cover gives you a lot of space to bring some stuff along. So I put the stickers on there to write new, and I added one of the little labels from the cousin sticker kit to add a little note on there about this being my new cover for travel.
I like the idea of using those little labels from the Cousin sticker kit in my Project Life album, and you're going to see that I use that on a few more of my cards. I'm going through the die cut pieces just to see if there are any that I want to use. I'm pulling out a few options. I don't end up using all of the ones I pull out, but I just like to have that in my mind, like to lay them out on my spread so that I have them in front of me and remember that they're there. I'm moving on to this card, which I think was probably my favorite card in this entire kit for Project Life. This card says the little things, and it just has some prompt words. So enjoying, reading, watching, eating, and listening. And I really love filling in these currently prompt words in Project Life. It's a good way to fill in another pocket. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I kind of wanted another photo here, but I didn't have more photos because this was kind of a quiet week at home. And honestly, once I started journaling, I realized it wasn't that quite of a week, but it wasn't a week with a lot of photos. So I wanted something else to fill in the space, and doing one of these currently cards is a great way to fill in an extra pocket when you don't want to have too many filler cards. For this spread, I end up having 4 filler cards total, which is a lot for me. So having this additional journaling really helped to kind of minimize that. I just didn't have that many photos or that much to say. And there were so many beautiful elements in the kits that I liked having the filler cards, and I like the opportunity to use my products. But I do want to include more of the story when I have something else to tell. I was going through these to fill them in and looking over my stories from the week and kind of seeing where I could fit some of my stories to this prompt to fill in that card and not have to tell a story that I was going to tell somewhere else. So I considered using that large chipboard tag to add more of the story onto that filler card, but I ended up deciding against it because I wasn't really sure what I was going to put in each of the sections. I really wanted to journal about my daughter and my hair appointments. And our hairdresser switched to a new salon, so I just wanted to kind of tell that story. So what I ended up doing was cropping some white cardstock down into a smaller rectangle. And then I'm using the washi tape that came in the scrapbook kit to create a border on this white rectangle. So just at the top and the bottom, I'm just going to fold it over and then trim it down so it's just bordering the top and the bottom of this rectangle. And then I'm going to adhere it to the middle of that pattern paper that I cropped down to 3x4 to create my own journaling card here. That is perfect as is. I could have just journaled in it, but while looking through the kit, I realized that in the Cousin sticker kit, there's a planner sticker that says hair appointment, and I wanted to journal about our hair appointment, so that just seemed too perfect. So it was a planner sticker and I wanted it to look a little more scrapbooky. So what I decided to do was put it on another one of the label stickers and crop it down so that it fit on the edge of my journaling piece here. And it would make it almost like a little title on the bottom of this little rectangle. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling about our hair appointments. I didn't take a photo of myself after getting my hair done, which I normally do, but I didn't because I switched up my routine. I typically have gone to the hairdresser on the weekends, but this week I decided to try it to go during the week in the middle of the workday on my lunch break. I have super flexible hours at work, but I do still have to put in a certain number of hours. So that means we have to make up a little bit more time around the edges, but then I didn't spend my entire Saturday morning getting my hair done. So it was kind of a trade-off. And I was trying it out, so it was a little off my game and I forgot to take a photo. But my daughter took a photo after her hair appointment, and that's what that photo is of her making a silly face, because that's what she always does these days in her photos. So I wanted to include that one as well. I selected some of the word phrase strips. This sheet is from the scrapbook kit, and then the other smaller ones are from the Cousin sticker kit. And I'm just pairing 2 of them together to create a little stacked word phrase strip effect. I kind of would have preferred if one of them had a colored background rather than the white or tan or whatever it is, that like off-white. But they do go really well with the spread, so I was still happy to use them in that way. I'm looking through the die cuts from the So the first tray I was looking through were from the stationery kit, and this tray are from the scrapbook kit. And I do find the ones from the scrapbook kit work a little bit better in scrapbooking because they do have like journal spots and titles, whereas the ones from the stationery kit tend to be more just decorative elements. But I still was looking through to come up with some ideas for what I wanted to put on my filler card, and I ended up settling on another one of those rectangles from the Cousin Sticker Kit. I just love that look for whatever reason. So I do have two where I created my own filler card by sticking one of those rectangular stickers on a 3x4 card, and I like how they come out, but I am going to rearrange them so that they're not both on that same side of the spread in a little bit. I put a word phrase strip on that photo of Pumpkin. That photo is like his face, and that photo just cracks me up. And I'm probably going to blow it up and create a page with it somewhere else because I just love how like he looks like he's thinking really hard and really grumpy. So we had a lot of snow this week, and this is a photo I took of my backyard on Sunday, I believe, and I wanted to just document that we had a lot of snow. So I added a label sticker on there and just added a little bit of journaling just to tell that story. For this highlights card, I knew I wanted to kind of tell the overview of how we spent the first part of February, but I wanted to add something on the card to embellish it. I was considering using that stamp set, and you guys, I love the stamp set in this kit, and I didn't end up using it at all. And I feel like that happens a lot when I'm working in Project Life. I kind of forget to use stamps when I'm working with a kit, so I need to work on that. So what I ended up doing to embellish it instead was I added a piece of washi tape from the washi trio and added one of the word phrase strips on top of it. And then I'm just doing my journaling. Like I said, I'm journaling about how I don't really like February, but how the last few years I have improved February significantly by taking a vacation to somewhere warm. This year, I'm going to Doha and Dubai, and I'm going for the last 2 weeks of the month. So the first few weeks of the month were a lot of just staying in, relaxing, and also prepping for vacation. So that's just kind of what I'm journaling about on this card. More of like an overview of this current season in my life. This card here, I'm going to do my bullet point list, but then on this one, I'm going to do a separate bullet point list. So if you've watched my videos before, you know I like to include a bullet point list on one of my cards each week that has some details of just like little stories from the week. But as I was looking over my Hobonichi cousin, where I keep track of everything that happened during the course of the week on the weekly spread for purposes of putting together my Project Life spread, I realized there were a lot of those little stories that didn't have photos, just various things happened this week. And what I decided to do was use this card here to tell 4 of the stories that were more social activities that happened this week. I am a super introvert, so I don't always have like social things going on in my life. And I didn't really have anything like super social this week, but just multiple times when different things happened with other people. So I used this card to tell those stories. So Summer came over for dinner one night. My friend's husband and another friend came by to pick up a bed that I've been storing for my friend, but it was in the snow. And so that was kind of an adventure. And I had a Zoom call with some of my craft friends. And then I hosted the Storyteller Zoom on Sunday those are, if you're not familiar, that's the Storyteller kits from Allie Edwards. I host those Zooms once a quarter. And if you're a subscriber, you can participate in those. And I hosted the first one for this new subscription, this new year, this Sunday. And so I wanted to document that a little bit. I also have a co-host this year. And so I wanted to make note of my co-host, Sarah. If you don't follow her, you should. She's over on Instagram as All the Nice Things Stories Matter. And I will link her in the description box below if you want to check out her account. So I used some of the enamel dots to make bullet points for this one. And I was kind of thinking like I wanted to put something at the top that said like social moments or friend moments or something. But then I didn't really think, I couldn't think of what I wanted it to say or what I wanted to add. So I end up just leaving it as is. And I think that's fine. I'm just going to have 2 separate bullet point lists on this spread. And this one just kind of has a theme, but it doesn't really matter if you can't really pick up that theme. So that's fine. I have 2 photos of my kitchen on this spread because I deep cleaned my kitchen on Saturday. So I took some photos of like the after effect and I wanted to document that here. So I added a label sticker on one of them just to make note of the fact that I deep cleaned the kitchen, and that's why there's photos of my kitchen. So for this card here, I'm going to do my bullet point list, but these are going to be like the smaller stories from the week. So this one comes together pretty quickly. I put it on faster speed because I'm looking over my Hobonichi cousin between each one and kind of thinking about what to write. So what I end up writing is I have lots of happy mail, 2 new swimsuits for my vacation. I watched Vivarium and Donnie Darko for movie nights. Not good movies. Trying to beat Super Mario 3D World on the Switch, staying on top of regular yoga. We made banana ice cream from a frozen banana. If you haven't tried that, you should. You basically just put a frozen banana in a food processor until it turns into a ice cream consistency like soft serve. There's no sugar or anything. You don't have to add anything. It's just banana, but it's actually pretty good. And just enjoying a slower piece this week. I titled that bullet point list card with a piece of washi tape and one of the this week stickers from the Hobonichi Cousin sticker kit. And then I'm just going through and adding a few more embellishments. I added a couple more word phrase strips and rearranged the pocket cards just to have a little bit better balance on the page now that I have all of my cards filled in. And then I'm going to go ahead and slip everything into the pockets. On this spread, you probably noticed that I don't have any 4x6 pockets, and I did the same on the previous week. For whatever reason, I just really gravitate towards the 3x4 more, but I will be doing some 4x6 pockets in some upcoming spreads. So if you like to see the 4x6 pockets included, don't worry, I will be doing that again. I do kind of plan these out in advance, depending on what kit I'm using and what photos. And with the kits from Coco Daisy, there's so many 3x4 cards that I tend to prefer doing mostly 3x4s. So here's a look at that completed spread. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And as always, I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Bye.